Hey everybody. This time around the question comes from Austin. And Austin asks, how do you feel about the use of psychedelics as an aid to expand your consciousness? Well, excellent question. And let me start by saying I'm not here to judge anybody. You know me pretty well by now, and that's just not my thing. But here's what I do know. I have been in a lot of situations where there was somebody, stoned, drunk, altered in some way or another, and I have never, in all of the times I've been around that, I have never thought, wow, they really said something profound. You know what I mean? Have you ever been around somebody that's chemically altered in one way or another? It's not inspirational. In fact, they say if you ever want to get somebody off of a drug, just show them what somebody who's on that drug looks like. When you're gone in one way or another, you might think that you are profound and cool and wise and saying good things and really in touch with stuff, but you're not really in touch with anything except your own ego. That's the thing. Look, I'm not here to be Mr. T and tell you to stay off drugs and drink your milk, but I am here to tell you that I've never seen it make anybody look cool, but I have seen it make a lot of people think they look cool. And that's a really pretty big disconnect, when you think about it. So many times people come to me with this basic question. They say, okay, I'm trying to pray, I'm trying to get in touch with something spiritual. How do I know? Here's the question. How do I know if it is something spiritual, if it's God talking to me, for example, spirit, my heart's calling? How do I know if it's this big thing versus just my ego, just more of me, just the thing that I wish were true? And this is one of the big questions as people try to grow spiritually, psychologically, in every other way. How can I tell the difference between my own stuff and something bigger than me? And the thing is, I've had a lot of people say, when I'm on drugs, when I'm on LSD or whatever it is, when I'm really drunk, really high, really whatever it is, I'm connected to the spirit world and stuff like that. And I'm not here to judge that, but I am here to say that you are, when you're altered, you are suppressing the one part of your mind and heart that can make the call, that can say, oh, wait a minute, this is just my ego stuff. You have quieted that down and squished that one voice that you kind of need to determine whether or not you're having an authentic experience. You're cutting off the one thing that can actually discern anything. And so maybe you are having a spiritual experience, but how do you know? I want to live in a world where I'm connected with things and there's no doubt in my mind. And so I want to really be able to dive in with my whole brain, my whole heart. I don't want to turn anything off. What I think is that drugs of any kind, alcohol of any kind, chemical, whatever of any kind, doesn't let you escape from your ego. It makes you dive into your ego. It makes you okay with living in an ego place. The voices you hear are just your voices. It's just that you have a chemical friend that's keeping you from knowing that that's what's going on. Look, I don't think that drugs are morally wrong. I don't think that they're a work of the devil or anything like that. I'm not here to make those kind of claims. But what I do know is that being stoned, being altered, whatever you want to call it, makes it really okay with you that you're bored. It makes it okay to be bored. You can just sit on the couch and have time go by and not care. Whatever the drug is, in one way or another, it makes it okay for time to just go by. And the thing is, we need those moments where we go, wait a minute, this whatever it is, this relationship is dysfunctional, this thing going on in the news, I'm mad about it, it doesn't work. I want to engage with it, not detach from it. That's the thing. What I need and what you need, what we need for the world to be a better place is everyone really jumping in. Now think about it with me. Almost every hero story that you ever heard has some part in the beginning of the story where the hero takes their armor off, where they really face the situation, whether they're naked in a garden, whether they lay the armor down, whether they put down the shield, they put down the weapon, and it's just them and whatever it is that they're facing. Real heroes really face things. Now look, I know that can't always be easy, and sometimes it's appropriate to seek help. But I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Chemicals aren't help. They don't help you face it. They keep you from facing it. And that's a pretty big difference. I want you, and I want me, and I want us to be able to face the world around us so that we can make it better. It's time to jump in. Don't be bored anymore. Don't be okay with being bored anymore. Find something that you can do to make a difference. Look, I get the desire to check out sometimes. There's a lot going on. But that lot can only get better if we face it. Thanks for sending in the questions. I love them. Thank you so much for being a part of this in all of the ways that you are. Thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing. It means the world. It makes all of this work. You can send in your questions by contacting me on social media, and best of all, by posting a tweet or an Instagram post with the hashtag AskDieter, all one word, AskDieter. I'll be watching. You got this.